So today at around 5 p.m., I walked to Wegmans to return some bottles, all while listening to I believe it's an old Bassman from the game Gran Turismo 4. Which is just one musical composition out of many that I discovered from watching videos by Emperor Lemon. With the videos generally talking about YouTube and NASCAR quite a bit. Early on in the walk, I encountered that dead bird, which had decomposed significantly from the last walk, still in the same spot. Yeah, I found it a bit gross. Yeah, but I didn't get a bad smell from it. Likely having something to do with it being a relatively small corpse, and today being another rainy day. I got mildly rained on throughout the whole walk, both to and from Wegmans. I brought one hefty garbage bag, white plastic, from our garage, and the strings were tied together, which made it easier to carry the bag itself and reduced the risk that a container would fall out, which mostly consisted of plastic and aluminum. Though it also made it more difficult to get the containers out of the plastic bag. The first few were somewhat difficult to get out at all. The bag was pretty full with containers. And at one point there was a 2-liter bottle. And in order to get out, I kind of had to stretch the strings on the top of the bag itself. Where the hole intended for you to be able to get stuff out is. In total, I made, $2 and 30 cents from redeeming the deposits at customer service area. I also, relatively early on, finished a new styrofoam drawing. And toward the very end of the walk to Wegmans, the walk from Wegmans, I stepped on something that I thought was part of the bird, and that made me cringe quite a bit. But I was okay. I looked back, feeling a bit bad for the bird, thinking about the bird. But you shouldn't really pick up a dead bird without at least a mask and gloves. I also did some work on the 99th Dan Hamming. Which involved some reshaping of the 7th raw video file, the last scene between Ginger and Kent that's currently within the episode. Generally speaking, whenever I get writer's block on a Dan Hamming episode, and I'm not quite sure what to do next, I'll often work on styrofoam drawings in a sort of effort to get the creative juices flowing. I think that's why I started a new styrofoam drawing not too long after finishing the last one. As the sun was rising today. I use a wrapper offline, which I would argue is transformative, since Beyond Studio retired the non-business themes quite a while ago. So I get a different experience from Wrapper Offline than from Beyond Studio. Wrapper Offline is also where I get text-to-speech voices like Hitaru, and Eric, the former being the voice of Cat and Ginger, and the latter being the voice of Dan Hamming. It's not like I personally developed these text-to-speech voices. It should be okay. I've never heard of... These text-to-speech voices are used pretty rampantly on YouTube videos that review movies and read off posts from Reddit, and I've never heard of any of these videos getting DMCA takedowns from the owners of these text-to-speech voices. Nor has the same happened to people like me who make Go Animate videos. It's just that I've been working on and off for a while now and haven't uploaded a new Beyond video in over a year. I use Bandicam, which I registered a while back to get rid of that watermark. To record the Wrapper Offline animations of non-business themed characters. Excuse me. I'm not distributing Wrapper Offline. I merely own a private copy of it. And it's like privately having your own version of an emulator, which I don't currently have on this PC, but I did have an emulator on a previous PC. I believe it's the Desame emulator, but I'm not entirely sure on the pronunciation of the name. I had that emulator, so I could play Meteos, the classic puzzle game, on a Nintendo DS. I don't own a Nintendo DS, and by the time I discovered Meteos, it was by a video by Who Is This Jit? And by that time, the Nintendo DS was long discontinued, so emulating Meteos was the only way I could play it. And I played it quite a bit too. The third Orc Rally Point finished constructing not too long ago. I wanted to upgrade it before starting production on it, but I couldn't because it turns out I forgot I need debris in order to upgrade the Orc Rally Point. And it's also I can increase my production of loot. Perhaps at some point I'll try to plop down another slot for the settlement area. Because I'm pretty sure future settlements are going to be larger than the Orc and Goblin settlement I have right now. But my training grounds and barracks are fully upgraded for the time being. Though I can't say I really like the design of the current training grounds very much. I think I'll prefer this new one. Or maybe I'm just turned off because of how small the training grounds is. Also, I recently became the steward of the Ludendorff parish within Stronghold Kingdoms, but it's not like I can really do much of anything because the parish has only 4,000 wood and stone stored and no pitch and no iron, so I can't do anything to improve the design of the castle. I can tell you one thing, though. The guardhouses aren't at their highest possible level. I would like to be able to build a tunneler area if that isn't already in there, so that there is a tunnelers guild. It seems relatively easy to upgrade the tunnelers guild too. So I can have a tunnel within villages within the Lusendorf parish, and so can other players with villages in that parish. I'm going to send 49 packets of pikes to help upgrade the Tunnelers Guild. Tunneler peasants seems to be the only reason you would bother spending research points into the conscription research, of which I've only ever put in one, and I think that was very early on. I in particular am currently researching tools. So that I can reduce the amount of stone and what it takes to place down a village building. Today I recently completed the 7th quest in the Construction Crazy line, which required me to build 25 village buildings in 24 hours, which I managed to do relatively easily since I have 10 villages, the most I can have without spending honor on them, which is why I have 6.5 million honor points, despite only needing 1 million in order to reach the next princess in line sub rank. Of which I'm currently here. I've also been having my troops attack bandit camps because I'm currently on the 5th Law and Order quest, which requires me to destroy 20 bandit camps. Though I have also been attacking enemy AI castles in exchange for honor points, because at clearing bandit camps gives you very little honor compared to enemy AI castles.